Hi everybody, here's Friday's maths lesson. On screen you can see today's starter task. So it says, pens cost 11p each, pencils cost 6p each. Diego spent 51 pence altogether. How many pens and pencils did he buy? Pause the video and have a go. I'm now going to reveal my answer on screen. So I worked out that 6p times 3 is 18p, 11p times 3 is 33p, and altogether 18 add 33 equals 51. So my answer is that Diego bought 3 pens and 3 pencils. Do you agree with me? Or do you have a different solution? Share your work with me afterwards on Teams. So yesterday we were looking at percentage, fractions and decimal equivalents. I wonder if you can write down the percentage equivalents, because this is one of the grids that we had last week, one of our key fact grids. I wonder if you can add to it now. So 0.1, 1/10. I'm wondering if you can just guess what percentage that would be. If you look at the grids we were doing yesterday, one of the facts on there might help you. What about 1/100th? 0.01. What percentage is equal to 0.01? Write them down for me. Okay, I'm going to reveal the answer so you can mark your work. So 0.1 is equal to 10%. A clue is that the 1 is in the tenths column, so I know it's going to be a multiple of 10 when it comes to percentages. So 10%. 1% is in the hundredths column, so 1 is in the hundredths column, so that means 1%. So that's helpful, that's a helpful reminder. You need to know these key facts, so keep practicing. Now I wonder, if we go back to the other key fact sheet that you had, remember I'd highlighted the ones that you really need to know. As well, you need to know 1/3, but you wouldn't be expected to remember 1/6, 1/7 and 1/9 off by heart. I'm wondering if you can follow the same pattern. So remember I just showed you this. I'm wondering if you can go back to this grid and write down the equivalent percentages, because you need to know these facts. Pause the video and see how many you can do. Right, I'm going to reveal the answer so you can see how many you've got right. So a half is 50%. 1/3 is 33.3 recurring percent. Notice how I'm just shifting the digits 2 places to the left. Basically, because percentage means parts per 100, all I'm doing is multiplying the decimals by 100. So each digit moves 2 places. So a quarter is 25%. So in a shop, if you see 25% off, that means you've got a quarter off the price. 1/5 is equal to 20%. I've written these two down, but you don't need to know those. 1/8 is 12.5%. See, they've just moved 2 places. And 1/10 is 10%. Just pause the video and write down any facts that you didn't get, particularly the coloured ones, as those are the ones that you need to know off by heart. Now, using the knowledge, I want you to remember the pattern. So either complete all of these or just choose 3 or 4. I want you to write down equivalent statements. Do the first one with you. So I know that 0.11 is the same as 11%. Okay, all I'm doing is shifting the digits 2 places. So 11% means 11 out of 100. Just choose 4 others and write down what percentage they're equal to. Pause the video. Okay, I'm going to reveal the answers. Okay, so mark the ones that you had a go at. And I've tried to show you that, again, all we're doing is moving the digits 2 places. You multiply the decimal by 100 to get the percentage fact. Now, this can be a tricky question, but actually if you know your facts, it's absolutely fine. These types of questions appear in SATs papers and they also appear in secondary school. They're important to understand as well because they can help you in real life too. Now, what fraction is equivalent to 80%? Write down your answer. Now, I'm really hoping that you're going to find this question quite simple. The next one is the harder one. Because we were learning about fifths last week, and we talked about it every day. We talked about how 1/5 is equal to 0.2. 2/5 is equal to 0.4. How many fifths are equal to 80%? If you're not sure, draw your loops, because remember, whatever you do to the denominator, you do the same to the numerator. 100 divided by what equals 5? When you've worked that out, do the same to the numerator. Pause the video and write down your equivalent statement. Okay, I'm now going to reveal the answer. So I've put 80 hundredths. 80% means 80 out of 100, which is equal to 4/5. So if someone said to you, what's the decimal equivalent for 4/5? You'd say 0.8. If someone asked you for the percentage equivalent, you'd say 80%. Now what about this one? You do this. 45% equals how many hundredths? Which equals how many 20ths? Okay, for this one, I think you'll find this box easy. To work out how many 20ths is equal to, draw the loops. So, like this question, draw this loop. So whatever you do to the denominator, do the same to the numerator. So you need to work out what do you divide 100 by to get 20. Pause the video and write down your equivalent statement. Right, I'm going to reveal my answer. So 45% is equal to 45 parts out of 100, so 45 hundredths. 100 divided by 5 is 20, so I did 45 divided by 5, which is 9. So 9/20ths is the same as 45%. And I'm confident that's correct because 45 is a little bit less than 50. 50% is half. If I look at 9/20ths, half of 20 is 10. And 9's just under 10, so I'm confident I've done it right. So always use your logic to check. If you'd put 16 here, if you'd been logical, you'd have worked out that you've made a mistake. So make sure you check your answers. Right, this is the tricky question that I've been talking about. Pause the video. Can you do this? You need to remember the key number 100. That's all I'm going to say for now. Pause the video. You're going to need to do some workings. See if you can do this. Right. Wonder how you got on. Please share with me how you got on Teams afterwards. Step 1. Write down the simplest fraction. So I know that 12% equals 12 hundredths. Every time I see a percentage, I can always put the number on top of 100 because that's the key number. Then I've put my equals and I've put 25. I wonder if you can complete this now if you haven't already. Okay, this is a common type of test question and you need to be prepared to do your own workings to get to the answer. Just like we've done before with the loops, see if you can work out the answer now if you haven't already. Let me put it back on the screen. Have a go. Right. 100 divided by 4 is 25, because 25, 50, 75, 100. So I did 12 divided by 4, and I got 3. Because whatever you do to the denominator, you do to the numerator. So 12% equals 3/25. Look tricky? Actually, straightforward when you know your facts. So, if ever you get a question like this and you're unsure, because it's not got 100 there, and you think, oh, I thought percentage means out of 100. Do your workings down below or above, and it will help you out. So in order to convert a percentage to a fraction, first convert it to a fraction with a denominator of 100. Makes it simple. See if you can do this one, following the same steps. Let me show you once more. First, make it out of 100. Then do your loops. You can do this, have a go. Right, I'm going to reveal first step. So 28% means 28 out of 100. Okay, if you haven't already, complete this question. Put your loops on. What do you do to 100 to get to 25? What do you divide by? When you've worked it out, divide 28 by the same number. The answer is 7/25. Now this is a brilliant skill to have. So if you've got it, well done. This is a year 6 skill. Common test question. Really well done. If you've got it, don't worry if you haven't, because we're going to practice some more tomorrow and next week. Well done for joining in. Remember to share your work on Teams.